Once off of a couple. It's in the face. Come on. This is part 2 of my Gold Digger Sisters. Of course, you know my part 2. There we go.
Hey everyone, it's Milton again. I promised to tell you all the second part of my story, which basically revolves around my plan.
You didn't watch part 1 then.
Before that,
This is like a summary.
everything that's happened so far.
If you want to watch the
My
whole
dad
thing,
wanted a girl,
then
so he raised me like one.
watch it before this.
My childhood was an absolute nightmare. When I was old enough, though, I rebelled and refused to listen to my dad. Both of my parents had it out against me since forever. My mom enrolled me in a different school where education quality was poor. She wanted to make me a failure. I jeopardized all their attempts, though, and self-studied, being careful to hide everything from my family. My efforts and hard work finally bore fruit, and I became a successful entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's what.
Meanwhile, my family was under a lot of debt. So much so that they became homeless. Even though they had wronged me in every way, I took pity on them and allowed them to move in with me. My life took a complete 180 when everyone found out how rich and successful I was now. I was suddenly very popular in my college and with my family. Of course, my mother turned out to be a gold digger, asking me to pay for her stuff shamelessly. I bluntly refused her, though. My sisters, on the other hand, started doing weird things and creeped me out. I started fake dating Kristen, the most popular girl in the college, to keep my sisters at bay. Kristen is a heartbreaker and dates guys for their money. Yeah, gold digger alert once again. I was at Kristen's house one day when I saw that she had received a text from my sister, Natalie. They were planning something for me and wanted me to...
Oh no. Did your game just get interrupted? It's switching time to a Chromebook. Now back to it. Switch to updates without interruption. Switch to Chromebook.
Get their sleepover.
No,
At the sleepover party, I pretended to pass out to hear their plan. They were talking about my credit card and getting our secrets out of it. They were going to do this by getting me drunk at Kristen's. What they don't know is that I have a plan to outsmart them on this birthday and expose them. Now, I hadn't vouched for Tina and Penny, my other two sisters, to be involved with Natalie. But then again, what else was I expecting? I should have seen it coming. All of them had teamed up against me and had every intention to take me down. Too bad. I was a few steps ahead of them and knew about their every move. Tina and I are in the same major, and thus we share the classes for our core subjects. Now, not to brag or anything, but I always used to score the highest in my class. All those years of self-studying were
everyone.
and I knew for a fact that Tina was flunking in most of the papers. But it was her fault, really. She was busy scheming and plotting behind my back instead of studying. How could she score good grades? She came to me one day asking me the secret for my good grades. I rolled my eyes and told her that she had to study hard if she wanted that. But I heard that you have some really close connections with the professor, and he gives you the question papers in advance, she said hopefully. Wow, who was spreading such dumb rumors about me? They certainly had some creativity in them. Tina, I am on good terms with the professor, but trust me, he doesn't give me the question papers, I told her honestly. She left after sulking for a few minutes. But I did see her in the hallway talking to Natalie in hushed whispers. I rolled my eyes.
Okay, so that's...
Then I realized that they were probably planning something against me. I acted oblivious and passed them, taking a turn in the corner, and then pressed myself against the wall so that I was hidden from their view. It was the perfect angle to eavesdrop without getting caught. And luckily, there were no students around in the deserted corridor. He is definitely lying. There's no way that he is that smart, Natalie was saying. Did you see the arrogant look on his face as he passed just now? He was so looking down on us, Tina whispered, fuming. I had to control myself from snickering at their ridiculous conversation. He always does that, Tina, Natalie replied. That's why we have to get back at him. He doesn't deserve the fame and success. Right, Tina sighed. So, it's done then. Kristen will distract him tomorrow and call him out of the class. I will search his bags for the question paper, which I am pretty sure I will find. Then I will quickly take a picture and leave. You will never suspect a thing. So, this was what they were planning. I left the scene after hearing it.
Dark
It
milk,
is.
the richest creamy chocolate Cadbury has ever made.
So loud. Why is it so loud? Why is it so loud?
Conversation. I really couldn't believe that they would fall so low. I didn't understand what their problem was, but they had messed with the wrong
You're
person.
gonna.
Oh, I was so going to give
Is
them
that
the
C-E-E-L
question paper. I went home and
or
typed
E?
out a question paper.
What?
A paper which was
Or
full
E?
of questions that were least likely to be asked on our exam. And I carefully folded it and placed it inside my bag. It was such an evil thing to do, but my sisters were asking for it. As expected, Kristen texted me to meet her near the cafeteria.
Tell me now.
When I had a 5-minute break, I casually made my way outside, of course, leaving my bag behind. When I came back after tolerating Kristen and whatever nonsense she was spewing, I glanced towards Tina, who was sitting innocently in her place. I almost smirked, but then controlled myself and went to my seat. There were no traces of my bag.
I would have smirked.
Anything. And of course, if anyone had even seen Tina doing anything with my bag, they would have suspected her because she was my so-called sister. Anyway, next week our exams were conducted, and I was itching to see how Tina had performed on her papers. When the results were declared, the expression on Tina's face was worth watching. She had failed the test.
Ha.
I felt a bit bad for her, but it was not my fault that she didn't study the whole syllabus. She spotted me in the corridor crowd and walked towards me, looking like she would burst any moment. "You!" she yelled, grabbing my collar. "You did this on purpose, didn't you?" I frowned.
Nope.
I did what? What are you saying? I was well aware of the fact that everyone was watching us, and now Tina was going to expose herself in front of the whole department. "I took the question paper from your bag. You did it to mess with me, didn't you?" she fumed. "You knew that I would only read the questions from that paper." "Listen to yourself," I replied, shaking my head. "First of all, I had already informed you that I didn't have any kind of question paper. And secondly, you stole from my bag. Whose fault is it?" She stumbled back, coming to the realization,
Her
and then glancing around at the crowd nervously. "You brought this upon yourself," I continued. "This is all on you, Tina." I walked away from there. After that incident, Tina was so humiliated that she stopped coming to college altogether. And she had to repeat the semester. Anyway, because of her low grades, or should I say, non-existent grades, she dropped out of college. Now, I really felt bad and guilty, even though technically it wasn't my fault. So I decided to do something for her. I enrolled her in one of the online courses on my website and asked her to study from that medium until she had her act together and knew for certain what she wanted to do. She actually started crying and hugged me, thanking me over and over again. I really believed that she had learned her lesson now. That's why I just...
They're big. New What's It Giants, because size matters when it comes to snacks. With VIP match tickets and club shop vouchers, your Cadbury Massive win.
We're back.
Ever since this incident, my relationship with Tina had been good. Now was the turn of my fake girlfriend, Kristen, and my dearest sister, Natalie. I really needed a break from these things, but these two just didn't understand. Kristen's birthday was around the corner, and she was making a really big deal out of it. Apparently, she threw the best party every year to celebrate her birthday, and she wanted the same this year. For this, she approached me. "Please let me throw the party at your house," she pleaded. I really didn't want to say yes, but then I thought that it would be more convenient for me at my house, since I already had a vague idea about what they were planning, so I agreed with her. Before the day of the party, I did a few arrangements. Arrangements like setting up cameras in my room, especially at places where I used to keep my money. Credit cards, important files, documents and stuff. I could just have locked my precious stuff away, but then I would never have been able to expose Kristen and Natalie. On the day of the party, I was fully prepared. Kristen and Natalie had been fussing over me the whole time. Penny came to me with a drink, and I knew immediately that they had mixed something in the drink. I drank the glass of drink, and once again, pretended to be actually drinking. Kristen and Natalie were hovering around me, not even leaving me for a second. It was really difficult to get rid of the drink with them around. very unexpected person came to my rescue. Tina. Yup, that's right. I don't know if she did it on purpose or unconsciously, but she called Kristen and Natalie to the side for a few moments. And that was my cue to feed the glass of my drink to the plant that I had placed near the couch for my convenience. And now was the time to act. I began to stumble in my steps and slurred my words. Kristen and Natalie didn't even bother hiding the smirks on their faces. Oh, Milton, you seem to be too drunk to function properly, Natalie feigned concern. You should go to your room and rest, Kristen added, taking my hand. I will help you take it. Natalie grabbed my other hand. I really wanted to roll my eyes at how hard they were trying. They dragged me to my room, and I played along. Once we were inside, they took their seats beside me on my bed. Milton, do you know where you keep your credit cards? Kristen asked, grabbing the opportunity. I think we are short on drinks right now. Can I borrow some money? I'll return it afterwards. I knew this was going to happen. As I said, I was fully prepared this time. I will let you guys in on my plan. I had talked to the police before the party and told them all about what my sisters were planning.
Ha!
They told me that they couldn't really help me without any proof. So, I had to collect the evidence first and then send them the footage. That's why I set up the cameras, to record everything that Kristen and Natalie were going to do. This also meant that I had to play along till the end and let them do whatever they wanted to do. I couldn't let them catch my act before the time was up. As a precaution, I also installed a tracker on Kristen's car, because they were going to run away for sure. And then I could easily follow them along with the police and catch them red-handed. Come on, Milton. Don't space out. Kristen's voice broke my thoughts. I asked you something. I pretended to be losing consciousness and fell back on the bed. Ugh, he's being tough in this state too, I heard Natalie groan. What else do we need besides his credit cards? Kristen asked her. If we can get our hands on his company documents, that would be great, Natalie replied. We could find a way to leech off him and would never have to worry about our finances ever. And we can also threaten him if we have this important paperwork, Kristen added in agreement. This is such a foolproof plan. Ugh. We just need Milton to spill everything now. It started shaking me and made me sit up. I wanted nothing more than to shove them away and get out. But I had to expose them today. Such a nuisance they were. Milton, come on. They are in your closet, right? Kristen asked me. I nodded in a vague manner. Let me go and see what I can find there. Natalie got up from the bed. I watched her making her way towards my closet and opening it. My eyes flickered towards the camera that I had placed in the perfect place to record her face and actions clearly. She started throwing out all my clothes and stuff from the closet in order to find my credit cards. I was seriously getting ticked off by the mess she was making. I had kept those cards in plain sight. How dumb was she? Why was she ruining my clothes and expensive watches? Why did she consider herself to be so entitled? Ugh, seriously. Oh, found them, she suddenly exclaimed, and came to us with 3 credit cards in her hands. I almost gagged in disgust when I saw their eyes twinkling in greed. What did I ever do to deserve such people in my life? Well, now I was going to get rid of them anyway. Oh, wait. We have to know the passcode to access the cards, which only he can tell us, Kristen said.
Oh, they think he's drunk, so he's gonna...
Milton, what's the passcode? She asked me slowly, as if she was talking to a child. What passcode? I slurred. The code for your credit cards. What are they? She repeated desperately. I slurred the numbers to them. Well, it's not like they would get the chance to use it anyway. And I was going to change all the codes as soon as the police got them. Till then, if they did steal my money, they were just going to get deeper into trouble. I was going to extract every penny from them. Oh, I also found the company documents. Kristen's voice came from where she was searching in the mess she had made again. He and his company are nothing without these papers. Kristen nodded. Our job is done here. Then let's get out before anyone comes and suspects us. She then turned to me with a smirk. Thank you for everything, Milton. And I mean it. You've been of great help today. Just
A
know that
great
it was nothing
help.
personal. I had to do what I could to survive. This two-faced
To
lying girl.
survive.
Did she really think it was that
If you want to
easy take me
survive,
down?
then
I watched as both put
work
my
hard.
stuff in their bags and
Think
hastily
big, work
made their way
smart.
out of my room. I waited for a few minutes, making sure that they had really left before I stood up from the bed. I was about to fish out my phone and call the police when my bedroom door suddenly burst open and Natalie re-entered. I dropped to my bed in shock, then resumed my acting again. I almost forgot to tell you something, Natalie said, coming closer to me. You are not in your senses right now, so I don't know if you remember this or not. I was so confused. What was it that she wanted now? Now that it's just the two of us, I have something to confess to you, dearest brother, she said in almost a sarcastic tone. Then, she proceeded to whisper something in my ear. The things that she said, let's just say, they ruined my plans forever. My whole camera setup and police connection. Everything had failed by just the few words of confession from Natalie. I will tell you guys about what happened in a different video, if I do manage to make it out of this.
Sorry for the wait on this video. Oh man, how was your video? If you did, smash that like button, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye! See ya.